Welcome to the Connie G Show, everybody. My name is Conrad, and how are you, buddy? Today is the 8th of September. Do you remember the 8th of September, 22? A lot of people will remember this day because big news: the Queen died today, dude. Not Freddie Mercury, not Kevin James. He was the king, but you know what I'm saying. The Queen died. I woke up this morning to the news that the family was on the way to the resort that she lives at. Um, and she was chilling there, waiting for them. And then they got there and, said their goodbyes and did it. So we have King Charles now, or I don't. You do if you're in Europe. So you got that to go for. And that was kind of the biggest issue I had. Guys, I'm like, and I'm stupid and I got COVID. Like, I don't have it right now. I don't know. But I had gotten COVID before. I've I've dealt with that disease a time or two, at least once for sure. And but I could have swore that Prince Charles, which is weird to say because he's like 75 years old or something, and to call a 75-year-old man a prince, but that's what they do over there. They also, eat fish wrapped in newspaper. I can't speak to the whole culture. But Prince Charles, he died of COVID, dude. I remember when it happened. Like, I remember watching it was a big story, and he died of COVID, and it just like was a lot going on. A lot of people died at that time too, because a lot of people were just super famous people for whatever reason were just falling off. And I know he died, and so it's so weird when it's like, because I thought that meant Big Willie style was coming in there, dude. We're going to get Prince William is going to get a shot at this crown, dude. He can finally fix some things for Europe. I thought he could maybe do something. But now, come to find out, that's not going to happen, dude. Because Charles is 74, and in king years, that's like being 30. He's got at least 20 more years left. So, guess who's back? Back again. Charles back. Charles back. Charles back. Da-na-na. If I knew that, that's an Eminem song for all you kids out there. He was a rapper from Detroit. And he drives a Chrysler 200, and he eats pizza with sauce on the top of it. That's what they do in Detroit. These lunatics in Detroit, they take a perfectly good pizza dough, covered in cheese, put some toppings on there, and then put it in the oven, cook it up. There's no sauce. And then they pull it out of the oven, ladle cold sauce, and let the temperature of the pizza heat up the sauce. And it's also a rectangle, which is also a square, but a square is never a rectangle. Learn math, dude. But doing something different like that does not mean it's better. Sometimes you want to be creative, you want to be your own person, you want to go do your own thing, but you can't, cars are cool because they have four wheels. And sure, it's creative and neat that you made a car that has three wheels with one wheel in the back in the middle and two wheels in the front. That's cool, except for it looks stupid, dude, and it's not as cool as four wheels. And if you're driving around in a Polaris Stingray or whatever, whoever makes those things, yeah, you're going to turn a lot of heads. But a lot of the people that turn and see you in it are going to be saying a word that we used to say in like the 1990s. It rhymes with Bob Saget, which he died too, and I think he died right after Prince Charles. But people are going to see him like, oh, there's Bob Saget, but a different word in their head. They can't say it because it's 2022. You can't speak anymore. So, thanks a lot. Hopefully King Charles stops this censorship that's going on. Have you guys been feeling it? You guys, hey, you guys been getting censored? Hmm? Um, you don't get censored if nobody listens to you. Nobody cares what you have to say. It's a funny thing. The only time it's going to happen is when you actually make it. Here's something that's funny. Speaking of pizza, which I guess we were. um, my wife buys. My wife, dude, I don't know what she thinks is going to happen to us as like a family. Like, but she buys so much pepperoni. I don't say anything because I love her and I married her. And, sometimes there's times you want to say something, but sometimes you just notice stuff and you don't say anything, like she does with my skid marks. We have our things. We have our back and forth, I would say. But I was in the so we have Casey from Monday Morning Middle of the Road podcast, Monday Morning Papers Middle of the Road, Coach Casey from those guys from Wichita podcast and Monday Morning, whatever. When I bought the flat down here in Prague, and that come with the house, it come with the backyard, it come with it's probably about a 16th of an acre of property I got. It's all in all, it's a pretty good deal. It was way overpriced because the economy was booming at that moment, and housing was exploding, and I got, I'm way, whatever they call that, flip-flopped on my mortgage or something. So I paid more than what it's worth, basically. But I had to, dude, and I didn't care. But I didn't have no money, and Casey's like, hey, dude, do you need a refrigerator? I have one. And it doesn't shut, like the doors don't shut very good. They come open, and it runs 24/7 and leaks. It will freeze itself out and then leak water all over all your food and stuff. But, dude, it's an Admiral, and that's a great brand. It's been running. Stuff's still cold, so it's doing something right. But in the Admiral, there's a tray about 3 inches high, and, it's where healthy people will probably put cream cheese in there. They probably put other cheeses, various cheeses. When you go to the store and you see all the cheeses, you're like, who the hell eats this crap? I just need the slices of American, and I don't even care if it's real, But they put the rich people put all their cheeses in there. But my wife likes to put basically anything that can go on a sandwich, she'll try to cram in that drawer. And she also buys for value, but also doesn't realize that sometimes that doesn't mean we have space, So she'll buy this gigantic bag of pepperonis and this gigantic bag of ham and these weird, rectangles or squares of cheese that are this gigantic package, and all this junk is just shoved into the drawer of that. And so it's heavy, and it's like, a lot of the reason the fridge leaks is probably because that freaking drawer is so heavy it's weighing down the side of the fridge and it's causing that door to come open. Is a theory I have. I haven't told her. Again, she's my wife. I married her, and I'm glad that she's around, and I love her. So, but today, before I went over to Shannon's and we hooked up the trailer, the OK Taco Company and Roadshow 1977 Airstream trailer, we hooked it up to Big Red, and we drove it out to Wellston to Pigfest and dropped it off. And Pigfest is, just to clarify, because my wife's in there asking and telling the kids stuff, Pigfest is tomorrow, but we're not serving tomorrow. And it is also Saturday, and we'll be serving from 10 a.m., I guess, to 10 p.m. somehow. And then we'll also be serving Sunday for the same time, supposedly. So, and then I guess I'll drive back to Wichita and mow on I don't know how it's going to be kind of a crazy weekend, and weekend is not the right word for it. Crazy. It's just a kind of a crazy gig, but it'll be all right. So, and I might even reach out. Maybe I could reach out to somebody to go up there and mow my stuff for me. I should do that. So, Anyways, I just totally had a whole conversation in my head right there when I stopped talking. So, anyways, the drawer. She's got the drawer there in the Admiral, and so she keeps all that stuff in there. How the hell did I get on Pigfest? The hell was I talking? Oh, I went to Shannon's. But before I went to Shannon's to go do that, I made myself a sandwich. And that's always consists of, I got to open that drawer, which is really heavy, and it's kind of like when you overstuff a desk drawer or something, you can never get it open because there's always like that one weird stapler that gets stuck up into the top of the desk, and you're like, oh God, if I could just, and you get it out, and then you're an idiot, and you just put everything exactly like it was back in there and shut it so it does it every time you do this. That's what opening this drawer is like. And oftentimes when I make myself a sandwich, when I'm not requiring my wife to prove herself to me and make me one, I will take those ingredients that were so overpacked in that section of the fridge, and I will put them in a different area of the empty fridge. And then inevitably I'll come home at a certain time or whenever I get it back, and I'll open the fridge and they'll be back in that drawer. And I know my wife is opening and going, I wish he'd put this back. And it's like I open and go, I wish he'd leave it out. But like you can't create there's not a crisp. This is an Admiral refrigerator. It's an Admiral. This isn't a GE smart fridge. This isn't a Samsung clear front fridge that tells you, that orders food for you. This is a damn Admiral, That's one step lower than a Queen, I think. It's in succession. It's a succession fridge, dude. So what I'm saying is there's no different environment inside this in an Admiral. All of the trays, there's no crisper. There's no I'm going to click this. None of that crap ever worked anyways. It's not like if you put your stuff in the crisper, oh my gosh, it's so much, because the environment's so much different in there. No, it's not, dude. It's a sales point. So you want it to stay cold, and that keeps it safe from bacteria, I guess. But I got the pepperonis out, and then I look on the top of the fridge, and there's like 4 bags of, and I'm talking, these are like 3-pound bags of pepperonis. They're great value. They're the Walmart brand of pepperoni, but my wife I don't know if she's afraid that at some time the world is going to be like, hey, we're off the gold standard. We're doing pepperoni now. And she's like a smart investor, or if she thinks that we're going to run out of blankets or something, have to cover ourselves in pepperonis to stay warm. I don't know what she's planning with all this pepperoni, I don't know if she thought that maybe the toilet paper shortage during COVID, we could use pepperonis in replacement of it. And sometimes I think I'd do better with one, Sometimes I do. But what I noticed, though, when I pulled the package out, what I did, when I make a sandwich, what I like to do is get all my ingredients out. I'm not an idiot. I don't get one slice of bread out, close the bread, walk to the fridge, grab the mayonnaise, walk out, put the mayonnaise on, walk back to the fridge, grab the mustard, walk out. What do you think I am? Some mongoloid and go back to the bread? No, dude, I'd get all my stuff out. I'm freaking smart. And so I like to grab all my stuff, and so I got great value mayonnaise. It's actually not very good. It was supposed to be used as a binder when I was making hamburgers. Sometimes I like to use like breadcrumbs and maybe 1 egg, and then mayonnaise or mustard or a mixture of both, and that's a good binder to make your patties. And that's just a chef's secret. Why don't you just take that and run with it if you want to start a burger stand? So I got kind of great value mayonnaise. I don't got the good mayonnaise. I like Duke's. If you've ever had Duke's, it's really good. But it didn't matter. I was hungry, and I didn't want to eat out again, and I didn't, because you just get burned, and it's so damn expensive. And it's not good in this area unless we're serving it. So that's not to be like it is. We're better than everything that's around here. So, and I'm talking everything. And it's confidence, it's cockiness, as my Baker Mayfield kind of style when it comes to my food. It's better because I care and I want it to be good. So I'm actually making 2 sandwiches. I'm pretty hungry. I ran this morning, got my 5 miles in. And we're getting ready to go load the trailer up, you know, get it out, drive to Wellston, hopefully it makes it, all that kind of stuff. Get set up. We don't know what we're doing. So you got to get that energy, that brain fuel. So what I did was I squirted the mayonnaise on there, put some mustard on it, got a spoon, mixed them together, and that mustard kind of cuts into the foulness of that mayo. You know what I mean? I know there's a lot of probably a lot of black people listening to be like they hate mayonnaise. You know, a lot of people. Chip hates mayonnaise, and if he's listening, but Chip's kind of like a brother from another mother, really. If my boys at the Black Lincoln Collective podcast are listening, Freddie understands, dude. You don't use mayonnaise. He doesn't like it. But I do. I'm Anglo-Saxon, dude. I'm white. So I'll throw that stuff on there, dude. I'll eat it. I'll put it on a damn, like one of the beer things, and I'll just squirt mayonnaise into my mouth. That's how white I am. You know, I'll do that and I'll line dance. So I squirt some mayonnaise on there, put some mustard, mix it together. Open the pepperonis, put the pepperonis on, grab the ham. It's honey ham, not my favorite. Not my favorite. More of a Black Forest ham guy. But honey ham, premium. This is freaking premium, water added. You don't have to add your own water. I was wondering why they put that on there. It's like, I wasn't planning on adding water to this ham. Good, it's added? Perfect. You know you're poor when you buy water added ham. So I put the ham on there, slice of cheese, slice of crappy old cheese on there, and then pop down that other piece of crap bread on top of it and take a bite. It's awful because the bread's so cheap. She buys like 88. You can still get 88-cent a loaf bread in Oklahoma, but it is bad, you know, and it's fine for toast. So I threw them in the microwave and heated them up. It was a little softer. And I gotta say, it's still better than Subway. It's still better than most of these, destinations or whatever. So, which is a local restaurant down here. So I got the sandwich all done, both of them, and I'm gonna sit at the table and eat them. And as I'm enjoying these sandwiches and just thinking in my head like, I'll be full and I save some money, and I should always take the time to just do this, because it's fine. It's just a lunch. It doesn't matter. Just to get you through the next meal, basically. And as I'm doing that, I'm looking at the package of pepperonis that's sitting right next to me because, like I said, I like to have all my stuff out. They're like my little friends. I call them my lunch friends, my lunch companions. I'm sitting there at a table eating lunch alone. I like to have condiments and maybe all the fixings that I'm eating, everything that sacrificed itself for me to enjoy. And I get to kind of have a conversation with them. Obviously not out loud, but I'm like, thank you, Mustard, for making this sandwich a little bit more edible. And thank you, Mr. Water-added ham. That's great. I will get protein from you maybe if you're not just completely injected with chemicals because you're so cheap. But I get to that pepperoni package that's sitting there. And on it, it's like big, great value pepperoni. Like, really, you could just have a clear package of circled meats. No other meat is circled in red. Salami is close, but salami is more thicker and pink. You can sometimes get a salami sliced that's almost sliced like a pepperoni, but it's not a pepperoni. It's very thin and a circle, and it's red. So if you just had a clear bag, never labeled it, 99% of people would walk by and go, that's pepperoni. They wouldn't open it up like, holy crap, what is this? Are these some sort of new kinds of quarters? Did the government start making new quarters? No, it's pepperoni, dude. But yet, Great Value they don't want to mess around, so resealable package, it's real clear, resealable, pepperoni, big, bold letters, probably like Helvetica font or something. Big, bold letters, pepperoni. But for some reason, dude, they put a circle through their collage of imagery, which is like, it's just it's a collage of imagery. That's what it is. They put a clear circle with wording around the circle. And that wording says, great on pizzas. Dog. You don't have to tell buyers of your product the one thing that we already knew your product. The only reason your product exists is because of the thing that you just said it was great on. Hey guys, I don't know if you've tried this. Pepperoni's pretty good on pizza. What? No If you told somebody, like, hey, name a pizza topping, I bet pepperoni's number one. I bet Steve Harvey does it when he does his stupid Family Feud. I bet pepperoni's number one. What's next? Sausage. So if I buy a package of sausage, hey, this will be great on pizza. Really? Really? Cheese, great on pizza. But at least cheese is used in other things. Cheese is used in almost everything. That's good. It's kind of the same thing with sausage, dude. Sausage is good in everything. You know what pepperoni is good in? Pizza, that's it. Maybe a sandwich. And it did great on pizza. And on sandwiches. That's the only thing it's ever been used for. Great to build with, you know? It's just crazy. Like, did somebody walk by and be like, God, think about trying this new thing. Something like spelled weird. It's got 2 Z's in it. Think about trying it, but I just don't know how to make it. I don't know what to put on top of it. Do I put bricks on it? I don't know. Probably not. Do I put chocolate on it? No. Oh. Well, let's go down here where the pizza sauce is and see if there's anything. Oh, holy smokes. There is a bag right here that says it'd be great on pizza. Something called a pepperoni. We know what it's good on, dude. Babies know what pepperoni's for. Everyone knows what pepperoni's for. It's for pizza. Still working? Yeah. So, anyways, sorry, I got a text message. Are you working? Yeah, I'm working. I'm doing my freaking show. And thank you guys for listening to the show. You can support the show. You can subscribe to Patreon. That's Con Radio. It not only has this show, but all the other shows we do, the OK Taco Show, those guys from Wichita, that kind of stuff. And as me and Shannon move into our next chapter of our business and our life, and we can talk to you more about it, there's going to be more and more reasons to join that Patreon. So consider supporting a water-headed pizza lover like myself, pepperoni lover, by doing that. But also, I'm going to check this real quick while I'm talking to you guys. So if you go to oktacocompany.com, actually, you just go to thewaterhead.com. If you go to thewaterhead.com, and I'm the fountainhead of the Waterhead, just so you know, you're going to see there's water sticks you can order, and Luke Combs, no relation to the singer, it's just a comb for you. And order now, and you'll email me how many you want, basically. But you can also click on Diamond CBD. Yeah, it works on mine. I don't know. My wife said she's having... Oh. Google recommends using Chrome. No, screw off, Google. So if I click on this Diamond CBD, it'll say, like, yes, I'm 18. Yeah, right now, they'll always have a deal going on, so you get like 35% off edibles and vapes, and you can get something called these Hyper Delta 10s. They're pretty good. They don't make you tired. The Delta 8s will kind of make you tired and sleepy. But this is just drug. So basically, you can buy drug, and I get money for it. So if you go to thewaterhead.com, if you want to support the show and you like doing drug, and you like CBDs, and you like that feeling, which who doesn't? It's fun. You know, get loopy, get goofy, get the munchies, whatever. Just go. It helps the show. It doesn't cost you anymore. And I don't even know what I get. It just depends what you order. Sometimes I get like 10% of the order. So that can really help. So If you're buying drug anyways, if you're doing drug anyways, if you like to vape or you like to take gummies or you like to, um, you know, eat candies or whatever that are filled with drug, go to thewaterhead.com and support the show while you do it. And actually take a couple, then listen to the show. It'll be better, I promise. So that's how you can do it. Like a lot of people, I get friggin' emails constantly, every day, probably multiple times a day. People email me and say, like, how can I help you? How can I? And that's how. You go to thewaterhead.com, you order 500 Luke Combs, for your business, or you get on there and you click on Diamond CBD and go buy CBDs, go buy drug. So I'm basically a drug dealer, is what I'm saying. I'm so free to say that in this country. But anyways, lunch was good. And I didn't know if the queen was going to die. I was worried about it a little bit. But I was more concerned with them slipping that Charles back in there. That kind of bothered me. So it's just weird because I've never really known what they do. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a big deal. Clearly, this woman's been in office, or power, as they say, for 70 years, but, doing what? you know? I it's very weird that we live in the era that we live in when history and tradition, people are trying to drum that out, for whatever the movement is. There's a lot of, like, if you're Catholic, if it's Catholicism, there's a lot of restrictions in that religion that don't really vibe with modern society in America. And if you mention that, people just, oh, you guys got to fix your religion. It's like, no, this one existed for a long time before you come up with the crazy idea that you got today. And we're going to go ahead and keep it the same. But now it's like, well, maybe we will. The Pope's got a freaking face tattoo, and he's listening to damn Lizzo. And so maybe, it's everything. There's no history or tradition. But in a world of that, this royal family has just kept it. They've just kept it going. So it's very strange, And so now Charles is the king. It's King Charles III, and I hope he can do as good as she did at doing nothing, dude. And I don't mean to be, I don't know enough. Maybe I know that she did a lot of portraits and family portraits and stuff. She didn't paint them. She had other people paint her, and that happened. And she'd meet with a lot of people and talk to them. Elton John, I'm sure Joe Biden, President Joe Biden has met her. That's something, So she'd meet with people, talk to them about stuff like, what do you got going on today? She's like, well, other than me and you, nothing. I got to get back home, run the country, kind of make decisions that everybody's mad at me. What you got going on? She's like, I'm going to meet you. Who are you again? Joe Biden? Okay. And you're a singer or what? Oh, a president. All right, there you go, All right. There you go. So, anyway, yeah, I got nothing. I'm going to meet with, I got the lead singer, Styx, coming in later. I'm going to knight him, maybe Sir whatever. And then I got that going on. So, pretty big deal, really. I'll pick out where I'm going to just kind of walk around and find mayonnaise, I think that's what the Queen did. Hey, where's the mayonnaise? I think that Charles will be fine, dude. I think if you're going to take up the position of not having any pressure and not really having to do anything, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. So, good luck to him, dude. And he's older, but he still gets after it, dude. I know he Nordic tracks. And he wasn't the one. Maybe I was thinking maybe the one that died was the sex guy, because there was a sex one. Remember the sex prince that was hanging out with Epstein? Maybe that's the guy that died. I don't know. But dying sucks, dude, and we're all going to do it, and we can hope to live to be 96 before we do. That'd be crazy. And hell, if Prince Charles does, he'll be a king for 20 years. King Charles, sorry. So that's pretty cool. Another thing I noticed happening. Actually, it's not really happening. It's something that happened. And you guys are welcome to do this. If you Google guy walking his pet goose, watch the video. It's hilarious. And I don't even think it's a goose. I think it's a swan. Because geese... Now, I don't know if geese come in different flavors. Like, there's Canadian geese, which are like gray with black heads and long necks. And those little boogers are some of the meanest animals in the world. They will chase you. They will attack you. They're a burden to modern society. They're almost worse than homosexual. Just kidding. That's a joke, guys, and I'm still allowed to say it. I don't care who my king is. But these animals, these freaking birds, these dinosaurs, thank, and I can say this, thank God, I'm Christian. Thank God that he didn't attach any kind of weaponry, to these animals, because they're vicious animals. Geese are. Canadian ones. But is there another brand of geese? Is there another flavor of geese that is out there? I don't know. I've never got a pamphlet about it or anything to know what kinds of gooses are going on out there. But either way, this man's video is titled "Man Walking His Pet Goose," and it's all white. It doesn't look Canadian at all. And it was holding a knife. That's a joke. But it's funny because he's walking across a busy street, and this goose is harnessed in like one of those baby leash harnesses, or maybe he custom made it because he knew he was putting it on this dinosaur bird that he befriended. And as he's walking across the crosswalk, the goose is like hovering, like flapping just enough, because they'll soar. They're great soarers. You get a damn goose soaring on a damn jet stream or something, or whatever is in the air, they'll freaking soar. They won't flap much. It's like one flap every 40 miles. That's all they need. They're great. They're great soarers. But like at low altitudes, when you got to really put some effort into it, they're struggling. I mean, it's a lot of high knees. Like, to compare it to humans, it'd be like a lot of high knees, because they're just really getting after it. So this goose is getting walked. That's not even the right term. It's getting flown, directed across this busy street. And when the guy gets to the sidewalk, the goose plops down and walks, and he just walks his goose. And I don't know why it hit me in my funny bone, but I did enjoy it. I did like it quite a bit. So I just would recommend that you never mess with a goose if you see one in the wild. Do not try to make it your friend. This guy did it. This guy was incredible at it. And it could be photoshopped, and it could be like one of those, how there's people out there on the internet that lie. That exists. Let that sink in. But there's people out there on the internet that aren't telling the truth to you. And a lot of times they'll do it with damn trickery on cameras. So this could have been a whole damn green screen moon landing kind of thing. But either way, it's fun to watch. So I still suggest that you Google it and watch it and enjoy it with me. So, speaking of Canada, dude, and the stabbings, over the weekend, Crazed Lunatic and his brother, Crazy Part 2, decided to stab people, to murder them with stabs. Bold choice. I don't know. I think Canada has like gun laws or something. We don't know what those are down here. We got them because we got guns, but they don't got guns, so they ain't got them. that kind of thing. I don't even know if that's true. They might have freaking everybody might have a big gun up there. I don't know. But these guys didn't use gun. They got high on CBD drug and they started stabbing, dude. And they went out and they stabbed a lot of people. I think like 18 people died and maybe 20 something injured. Insane. Insane that I don't have the facts. Insane that they're right here at my fingertips. I could look them up and tell you, but also insane that you'd listen to this show for those kinds of facts. That's freaking insane. But either way, this guy is out of his mind. But here's the tricky part. So the first brother was found like at their residence, but like outside, and he dead is what they said. The authorities have, when they arrived on scene, this gentleman was already dead from what they're assuming aren't self-inflicted injuries. Somebody has inflicted these injuries on this person, and enough of them that it killed the person. But then also, they find, which I didn't think they'd ever find the other guy, because I was reading kind of up on it, and they said that this dude escaped in a black Nissan Rogue. Good luck. Yeah. They're out there, baby. And Nissan's big in Canada. God, it's big in Canada. Justin Trudeau drives a Nissan. It's a 300ZX. It's a Fairlady Z, 1992 Fairlady Z, but it's still a damn Nissan. Nissan's got their hooks into Canada, dude, and you can't get out of it. And so anyways, when they said that, I was like, he's gone, you know. Killed his brother and he left in the Rogue. And he's out. And I was telling Shannon, you know, even though I got a bad neck, I got to keep my head on a swivel, dude. There's stabbers out here, and they're going to be stabbing me pretty soon if I don't frickin' watch for them. So I was looking. I seen a Nissan Rogue. I'll give him that eye. I'll give him that. Hey, are you Canadian? No, check it. I know you are. You're in a Nissan, dude, but are you the guy? Okay, we're cool then. We're cool. Come on through, you know. Come on through. But they found him. They somehow found this other murderer, this other stabber. The authorities did. The Canadian authorities found him. Oh, you betcha. We did. We found him right over there. Yeah. Right over there. You betcha. This is sitting there in front of God and everyone. Just a guy eating a Schlotsky deli sandwich. Knife in his pocket. I could tell it was the same knife. That's Canadian for you. Okay? So they found him. Well, they put him in the car. This guy dies too. And when that happened, you know, if you have a conspiratorial mind like I do, and you think there's something going on like I do, it made you wonder if maybe these cops, these Canadian cops, beat the shit out of these guys and killed them. You know, and that, am I for it? Yeah, I think I am. And I'm just thinking about this right now. I think I am. Because I don't know what the court system is in Canada. It's got to be awful, because I know it's probably based off the American model, which is awful. And they probably don't do it as good because they're not American, you know. So you get a couple stabbers, which doesn't happen very often in Canada, mass murderers. Are you really going to, like, arrest them and drag them through the litigation? And they'd probably get off up there, you know. And I think the cops knew it. And the cops were like, if we find these fools, we're going to take it in our own hands. Now, we got to be sure. We got to be sure there's a lot of black Nissan Rogues. We can't just kill everyone we see in one. They're literally everywhere. But if we find them, and apparently this dude had stolen a pickup truck or changed trucks, smart move, still probably a Nissan. And then the cops found him, figured it all out. Hey, you're out of here, buddy. And they got him, and I guess they just... Now, they haven't admitted it, of course. They just said, like, yeah, he died. Really? Did he? What? He was 30. Okay. Yeah, we'll go with it. It's kind of like when, remember when Obama killed bin Laden? Yet, do you? You know, I remember when he said it. Which, fine. But to be like, oh, yep. You know that guy we've been hunting for 10 years that had the worst disaster in American soil. Remember that guy? We got him. Now we can't show you, and we're not gonna, because we don't want to have any. But we are gonna have a press conference saying we got him. But if we show him dead, we're gonna get some outrage. Like, hey, bud, these people hate us anyways. Probably because we're flying freaking predator drones over there and blowing up innocents, along with, terrorists, I guess. But that's what it reminds me of. Like, did we get him? Oh, yeah, we crashed a helicopter in Pakistan and then put him on a boat, and, yeah, he's buried at sea. That's the way they do it. Like, really? Seems odd. Seem more like desert people to me, but okay. And we all bought it. We all just went with it. We're like, good job, Obama, dude. Thanks for doing it. I feel safer now. And then it's kind of like that with these guys. Yeah, we got them. They're both dead now. And I almost like it better. Screw it. It's over. Why make the families of the victims go through it all? Why make them, have to sit there and be mad that the sentence wasn't as long, or why is it taking so long to get this sentence? Just if you find them, ask them. Hey, man, did you do this? Yeah, then just push their head against the window a couple times. Give them a little bit of fentanyl or something. It takes one pill. They're dead. This is a thought. I don't know. I don't know what's true. And if you came here to find out what's true, well, you're an idiot. And I'd respectfully ask you to leave to find the truth. I'm not here to give it. I am not lying about the pepperoni package, though. That said that. It's great on pizza. That's true. So maybe there's a hint of truth in my shows. So, I'm going to text this person back real quick. It's not proper podcasting etiquette, but he's probably my favorite person in the world. So, I'm going to put still grinding away. That's how I would label what I'm doing here. You can watch the show on YouTube, guys. It's a channel. I just got the update. Had 5 new subscribers last month. Had like 3,000 minutes watched. What? 681 views. Are you kidding me? What am I, louder with Crowder? This is insane. So thank you for the support here on YouTube on the video side. And if you dislike listening, I prefer that. I'm ugly. I'm actually really handsome. But I don't like I'm shy. So just listen. It's the same thing. But if you want to watch, you can subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe even if you don't watch. Hey, guys, it's free. Just find Con Radio. And not only will this be on there, but like the OK Taco Show, other crap that we do. The live shows when we do those guys from Wichita's on that YouTube page. So that'd be great if you did that. And then I'll get the email. Ooh. Whoa. 3 more subscribers. All right. Somebody's got something going on. Somebody's been doing something right. Somebody's making that content. Oh, yeah. So, anyways, I got to get done with this show and go inside. Let's see on my notes. I had one other note I wanted to get with you guys. Oh. Actually, I think it was just the fountainhead. I want to make sure that you guys know them. The fountainhead of OK Taco Company and the fountainhead of the Connie G Show. So, please remember that. Oh, and can somebody... Okay. I was talking to Shannon about this. Excuse me. I was talking to Shannon about this today. I don't know how. Sometimes we get onto it. But on our way out to Pigfest, we were talking about the student loan forgiveness thing that my main man Joe signed into law or whatever. And I don't know who qualifies, and I know it's $10,000, and so like if you got student loan debt, you can get forgiven $10,000 of that. Is the way I understand it. Now, if you apply for that or whatever, and it comes through, Um, you do have to count that as income, taxable income, the $10,000, which is weird. And then also, there's like you just want to make sure you understand it before you do it, I guess. And also, don't be confused. Don't be mad if you're somebody like me that doesn't that I paid for my school, going through school. So don't be like, oh, but I had to pay for mine, and you like it's fun. It doesn't matter. These people are, you know, it's you apply for it and then you get it and then you're stuck in it. You're 18 and you don't know any better, and it's such an incredibly horrible loan. And that's what's so funny about this, that the interest accrues so rapidly and so monumentally that maybe your college cost you $100,000 for the at the time that you went there, and now you still owe that. And you've been paying for 20 years. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like you've already paid $100,000 worth of monies but you still owe it. They've already got their money back from the loan that they gave you. So them deleting 10,000, it's not deleting anything. If they wanted to delete it, they just delete the interest that they have been charging people and just have people pay back what they actually borrowed to go to school. That would save a lot of people a lot of money, and also make it, there should be 0% interest, but that's radical. We were kind of talking about that, but I was like, well, what do they know? What do they estimate as how many people will qualify for this and get it in America? How many people, what will this actually supposedly cost, air quotes, the country? And he said, is like, they're saying like $4 billion or something. And, we all sit around and oh, yeah, that ain't bad. That sounds right. Oh, yeah, $4 billion? Yeah, that I was thinking 3.8, but yeah, probably 4. And what's so weird is that program that he did got a lot of outrage. A lot of people saying what I was saying earlier, like, well, I didn't get that, or I don't qualify, or I paid mine, or it's always the same thing. Envy or some crap that some emotion goes into it. Who gives a crap? It does not matter. It's nothing to these. It doesn't even help the people. It takes $10,000 of interest you still owe, and you're still going to pay, and it will all accrue right back up again. So it doesn't help anybody. So it's a false hero, I guess. But what's so crazy is it still blew up. I mean, every pundit was on their show sitting there talking about, well, do you think it's a good idea? Do you think that it's going to help? Do you think blah, blah, blah? I think it's a good idea because I sure as hell had whatever. Who cares? But what I care about is, how can then today, between reading updates on the Queen of England's health and trying to see, who the favorite for the Super Bowl is going to be, I also read, oh, by the way, just slipping this in there, we did just approve to send another $3.2 billion to Ukraine for the war effort. And whatever, dude. I don't care. But that's the same money, So you say you're going to forgive $10,000 worth of debt for collegiate loans, but at the same time, and everybody's mad. But then you just slip this in. Same money, same price. Oh, by the way, we're also going to do this. And you sit there and wait. What? And nobody says anything. Like, oh, yeah, they probably need it. Oh, 3.2, is that it? God. I thought they needed more. I've been watching their videos. They need more, probably, I think. I don't know. Oh, yeah, we'll send them that. So then where does that go? Or what do they do with it? Every once in a while they'll show you, like, hey, look at this cool weapon America sent us. You could put it in the back of a pickup truck and shoot down freaking aircraft with it. Oh, cool. There you go. I'm glad we did that. Hey, guys, we could forgive the loans with the money we're sending. I know. But whatever. It's just weird seeing that kind of stuff. But I don't want to dwell on it. I will end the show with this, dude. I'll end the show with this. And thank you for sticking around. This is the Connie G Show. And I appreciate you being here. But when I was watching Sports Center this morning, where sports are, they were talking NFL because it's back. Oh, God, is it back. Whoo! Russell Wilson playing for the Broncos. What do you guys think? Cool. Oh, boy, we got a big game tonight. Thursday Night Football. We got the Super Bowl champions, the Los Angeles Rams, coming up against the Super Bowl favorites, the Buffalo Bills. What? That's worse to me. That is so ridiculous. It's like slipping in a $3.2 billion loan to the Ukraine. What? The Buffalo Bills are Super Bowl favorites? Guys, have you watched football? I get it that everybody says outlandish crap. You know, Stephen A. Smith sits up there and yells at Skip Bayless and Andrew Siciliano and whoever the hell else is on those stupid shows. You know, I get it. It's dumb. It is very dumb. All that stuff. And it's a lot of talk, and it's a lot of talk that means nothing and leads to nothing and doesn't amount to anything. But you can't tell me. You can't pick a team that doesn't win Super Bowls to win a Super Bowl. Until they've won a Super Bowl, you don't get to say, this is the favorite for a Super Bowl. No, it's not. No, it's not. I don't care if they got Josh Allen or Moses as quarterback. The Buffalo Bills will not win a Super Bowl. You know why? Because they're the Buffalo Bills. And I know that's going to hurt a lot of Buffalo Bill fans, if there are any left other than Jimmy Cerrito. But, guys, it ain't happening. I'm sorry. And I love you, and I love the franchise, and I love the struggle. Just like if you're a Purple People leader, if you're Michael Jackson, if you are a Prince fan or a Minnesota Vikings fan, guy, enjoy the game, win or lose. You're not going to win a Super Bowl. You know why? Because you haven't before, and you won't ever. Because nobody cares, because you're from Minnesota. And nobody cares, because you're from Buffalo. And I'm sorry. But if Jim Kelly can go to the Super Bowl for 4 years, leading the Buffalo Bills to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row, and then just get waxed, I mean, demoralizing losses year after year, you think that there's some way that this Josh Allen, Josh Allen is about half as good as Jim Kelly ever was. Jim Kelly was maybe the greatest quarterback that's ever put on pads. He has full concussion, full CTE, only ate macaroni and cheese. This Jim Kelly, he was born and bred into football. Never could do it. And if that fella can't do it, there ain't no way this Josh Allen creep's going to do it. And I'm sorry if you're a fan. I am sorry if you're a fan. That must feel real bad to be a fan of a team that perennially loses. And that's what you guys do. You're a choker. You're going to lose. And I'm sorry. If you want to get with a winner, get with the Cowboys. Cowboys. They do that crap too. Everything is about the Cowboys. Which God bless them. I mean, it's a big state and a lot of fan base, but it's all for gangs. So, gangs and losers. So, they're not going to win. And I love CeeDee Lamb because he comes from Oklahoma, and there's a lot of guys I follow. Even the Bills I followed for a couple of years because they had Cody Ford, but they got rid of him. Sent him down to Arizona, where he'll play with Kyler Murray. And the Sooners are rebuilding down there in the desert. So, that's what I follow. I don't care about the game or the players unless they come from a school I care about. And is it bias? Of course. Freaking Joan bias out here. I am. But I don't got so much brain power, dude. I can't sit around and watch these teams and care about them. And who cares? Russell Wilson just made like $280 million. Deshaun Watson had the biggest contract ever. He's not even going to play because he's too busy getting freaking happy endings. And I'm sure there'll be a tell-all book someday by one of the Instagram models that he propositioned that it's gonna be like Unhappy Endings by Miranda Bravery. Yeah. I decided to write this book because when the Queen died, I knew, is women's power over, and I wanted to make sure I kept it. So I wrote this book about the time I accepted an offer to massage Deshaun Watson, and I didn't know what was going to happen. Really? Here's a guess. He's going to ask you to jerk him off or do worse. Or better, depending on who you are. So, football's back. Take your picks. I got Las Vegas over Cincinnati this weekend, and I got let's see who else I got. I got the Dallas Cowboys over the Eagles this weekend, guys. So, yep, I'm following along. And I didn't mean to be so bad on the Bills, dude. I used to like Thurman Thomas. That was one of my favorite players. But I grew up in the 90s. We didn't have cell phones, and we cooked everything in a microwave. So we're stupid and a lot of radiation. But I will tell you this. We're going to get out of here. I'm going to read you the mantra, and we're going to go. Thank you for listening to the Connie G Show. Subscribe. Tell a friend. I do this from a shed in Oklahoma. I didn't build a shed. I built the crap that you see around. This is produced by me and thought of by me and internet provided by me. So I'm glad that I can bring this to you, and I hope you listen. I hope you like it. So with that being said, dude, be positive. Love yourself. You can do it. I love you.